I'm that annoying guy who brought his own laptop. It's always one at every conference, right? Cool. Goedemiddag. Ik ben Perry. I'm the CEO of a company called Phrasee. Phrasee is AI that writes better than you, and you, and especially you. Now, what I'm not going to talk to you about is like a whole bunch of bullshit, because there's plenty of that going around in the AI bubble in which we all exist right now. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to put our software to the test to see if you're smarter than it. This should be pretty fun, right? I really hope it works. Should have practiced this. So a little bit about Phrasee. Phrasee uses a number of guises of AI to write email subject lines more effectively than humans. I know that there's a lot of talk here about using AI for space exploration, for cancer research, but I'm going to talk to you about something much more important, and that's getting more people opening brands' emails. Really world-changing stuff. If you guys get emails from eBay throughout the world, then you've experienced our technology without knowing that you've experienced our technology, which I think is pretty cool. But enough of the shameless plug. There's our Twitter and stuff, and if somebody at the back could do me a favor and take a picture of me up here looking super dope, I'd like to send that to my mom, so if you could tweet that to me, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so what Phrasee does is two things. First of all, we generate language. So natural language generation is a phrase. Now, this is a relatively under-commercialized area of AI. And the reason why is because it's really, really, really hard. So you have two approaches. You have a bottom-up and a top-down approach. One is a rule-based system with levels of post-processing, and one is using some level of recurrent neural networks to generate language. What we use is a hybrid of these two things, but it's great if I say that. Let's see if it actually works. So does everybody have a phone that connects to the internet? Okay, grab your phones for a sec. This is going to be super awesome. It's literally going to change your next 2 minutes. So kind of built it up there a bit. All right, go to this link here. It's case sensitive. Now, what you're going to see is you're going to see a list of 10 subject lines that Domino's generated using our software. Now, some were written by a machine, and some were written by a human. And your job, this first task, is to identify which ones you think were written by a machine and which ones you think were written by a human. Once again, I really hope this works. Gotta love doing live demos in an audience. What can possibly go wrong, right? Seriously though, it's gonna work. It's super dope. So I'm gonna go into the results page now. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Starting to get some responses coming through. Oh, and it hasn't come up. I think I must be on like presenter mode. Computers are hard. Okay, well, some people have got it. I think, yeah, get an iPhone next time. They're much better. Okay, get a Samsung next time. They're much better. Right, so you see the responses here, and there doesn't seem to be a consensus on which ones were written by a machine, which ones were written by a human, which is interesting. So what this effectively shows you is that language generated by Phrasee is indistinguishable, which is a difficult word, by that written by a human. So now, the one in orange is the only one there that was written by a human. The rest of them were all written by a machine, which is pretty cool, right? And I think it's super dope. So we use natural language generation to generate language that is indistinguishable from humans. And that's cool. That's useful. But what if the language sucks? It's great to be able to generate language at scale, but what we care about is a different problem. We care about generating language that is optimized towards your audience to ensure that you get the best results possible. This is a different problem. So this is language optimization. What we've done with this is we've built an end-to-end deep learning model trained on huge amounts of data from various sources that can predict how humans are going to respond to the language more effectively than you guys can. Now, who wants to do another test? Yeah? This is going so well. All right, so What you're going to see here are the exact same 10 subject lines on this link. These 10 subject lines, Domino's in the UK actually sent out in a split test. So 1/10 of their audience got each one. Try and predict which one you think got the highest open and click rate from that email marketing campaign. Let's see if you can do it. I'm going to show you the real results in just a second, don't worry. Now, here's the thing, and this is something that we've learned since launching Phrasee, is that everybody thinks that they're an expert at writing email subject lines. Like everybody here has written one. My mom's written one. She sent me an email last night to wish me luck. She said to say hi. She's in Vancouver, so she couldn't be here today, but she's a really nice lady. Now, everybody thinks that they're a real expert, and if any of you have ever done any sort of email marketing in your careers, then you'll write a subject line, and you'll take it to somebody else who will add in their 2 cents, and somebody else will add in their 2 cents, and before long, everybody thinks that they're right. There's never been a science to it. It was always just based upon gut feeling. So, let's see how good you guys are at guessing which one won a split test. Right, so there seems to be a lot of disagreement in the room. There's really not a maximum here. I mean, the highest one is what, 16.7%. So now if we wanted, we could sit here and debate which subject line is going to perform the best for like hours and hours and hours. It would be an awful few hours. I mean, I spent a lot of my life talking about subject lines. I would much rather talk about something else with you guys after this presentation. But what this shows is there's a huge amount of uncertainty, because what we do when we look at language, we apply our own cognitive bias. We apply our own opinions, our own mores, and we put our own beliefs, and we assume that people are going to respond as we expect them to. Now, this is something AI can help with. What we do is we take out that whole problem of cognitive bias. Now, I'm going to show you the real results. The one at the top had the highest open rate. You can see the lowly human one in the green was down at number 9. So that's kind of a bummer. And this is the actual test results. Let's see how well Phrasee predicted it. So you see on the left, you have the true rank from the split test. And on the right, the Phrasee predicted rank. Now, the important thing here, there's a little bit of a mishmash at the bottom, but we don't care about that. What we care about is predicting the best one. And that's the one that makes people the most money, which I think is pretty cool. What this effectively means is there's no more guesswork involved in using marketing language. With models like this, what you can do is you can actually use real science and real data to make more money. Now, I'm a big fan of AI because, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a buzzword, and there's a bubble going on. I mean, this event is a great notification of a bubble that's going on, right? What I personally think is this. People should spend 55 minutes in an hour thinking about what their problem is, and then 5 minutes considering what the solution is. Whether or not that solution includes AI is beside the point. What you got to do is solve your business challenges. AI might be a great solution to your problems, and maybe it's not. When people have a problem of decaying engagement rates through the email marketing channel, we are a point solution for that, and we're really, really good at it. The fact that we use AI doesn't actually really matter to the enterprise itself. The fact that they're making more money is what matters. And to put some actual numbers to back it up, since Domino's started working with us, their open rates from email marketing has increased 26%, and their click rates have increased 57%. Now, if you think about that, right, those are big numbers, and it has a huge impact on their bottom line. What they care about is that bottom line. They don't care about whether or not it uses AI, even though it sounds cool. So let me leave you with one thought, and that's this. There's a huge number of companies out there who have hammers but no nails. If you guys at the enterprise side are looking at investing in AI, stop what you're doing right now and really define what your problem is. Once you understand what your problem is, then bring in vendors, some of whom are here and some of whom who aren't, some of whom use AI and some of whom don't, and then figure out what technology, what business processes, what people, what human resources, whatever, are going to help you solve your problem best. There's going to be a lot of people investing in a lot of AI solutions that turn into bupkis, and I really hope it's not you guys. Thanks a lot.